What is up, guys? Today we're going to be starting a new series that I'm actually very, very excited to start making. And I promise you there will be very, that doesn't make sense. There will be a lot more of these coming in the future. The first player we're starting with is a player that just graduated this year, senior point guard, starting point guard, Ryan Woolridge. Uh, where is Ryan Woolridge right now? So Ryan Woolridge is currently playing in a basketball league I don't know how to pronounce in Germany for a European league. Uh, and he actually played today. He played a game today. They lost, I believe, by like 30. And I cannot pronounce his team's name either. And he scored like 11 points in like 22 minutes. So not terrible. Pretty good first game, first recorded game. There's like they've played a couple other games so far in this season, like 4 other games, but none of the other ones have stats. This one did have stats, so that's the first game that you could actually see what he has done. But Ryan Woolridge was the starting point guard this year for Gonzaga before the whole shutdown happened. He was originally from Northern Texas University, and then he transferred to Gonzaga as a graduate transfer. So if you didn't know, in NCAA rules, so collegiate rules, you have to sit out a year after you transfer. So basically, like redshirt a year after you transfer, unless you're going on to your senior year. Then you can just straight up just go play, which is exactly what Ryan Woolridge did. He was deciding between a ton of teams like Oklahoma, Arizona, uh, tons of other teams. I believe Wisconsin maybe was one of the other choices, but he ended up choosing Gonzaga in the end. And that was a very good thing for us because we didn't know who our starting point guard was going to be after we lost so many players to the NBA, the G League, stuff like that. We lost so many players last year. We lost our point guard, our starting point guard, for the past 4 years, Josh Perkins. And he really was like, he would have been right there, and maybe he would have started at shooting guard when Kevin Pangos was there, but then he ended up getting kicked in the face and broke his jaw. And I know his big mentor was Kevin Pangos, and that's who he really, really looked up to. And he didn't end up getting to play with him, and he felt like that was a big brother to him, but he didn't end up getting to play with him for very long, besides probably practices. They messed around a little bit, but he couldn't talk really because he had a broken jaw, and they like drill your mouth shut. So he was not able to do much. And then we lost our shooting guard, Zach Norvell Jr., to the Los Angeles Lakers and Golden State Warriors. Then we lost our small forward, which was Jeremy Jones, to the European League. Maybe a video coming on him soon. Maybe. We lost power forward Rui Hachimura to the Washington Wizards. Ninth pick in the draft. Then we lost 21st, 22nd pick in the draft. Brandon Clark, I think that's what pick he was, to the Memphis Grizzlies. So we lost literally all of our starting lineup. I don't know if Jeremy Jones was, like, he wasn't in there all the time, but he was in the starting lineup for a little bit. And so we didn't know what was going to happen. And then Petrusev stepped up big time at center spot. Really, really big time. Tilly came back and played decent, got some minutes. Everyone was like, is it going to be Geno Crandall? But I know we lost Crandall. I don't remember if he was a senior, he transferred, what happened. So Geno Crandall was not our starting point guard. And then I was thinking, oh, maybe Greg Foster Jr. Wasn't really talked about too much. Really, the only reason people knew him is because he wore the super, super short shorts. But I actually met Greg Foster Jr. at a Walgreens one time, so that's kind of how I knew him. And then the short shorts part. And he ended up transferring away. So then Gonzaga was like, are we just going to have like a freshman that's like not very experienced at all, if you're a starting point guard, or what are we going to do here? Trying to lure in multiple point guards that ended up committing to other places, like transferring. And then finally, they got Ryan Woolridge, and man, I don't think people expected him to be as good as he was coming from a school like Northern Arizona. But I am telling you, Ryan Woolridge was a very, very good player, and he could go get buckets out there. He averaged like 10 points, like somewhere around like 5 rebounds, 5 assists. Pretty dang good numbers, and like it felt like he was scoring a lot more than that. I'm surprised he only averaged 10. I think he probably could go out to the G League and get in some minutes in the G League and go play some summer league ball. Try to like work up to the NBA if he really wanted to try as hard as he could for that, like Josh Perkins is doing and David Stockton has done for very, very long time. Even though David Stockton did end up playing in the NBA for the Kings and the Jazz, and then the Lakers in some preseason games. But Woolridge has decided to go the overseas route, which a lot of Gonzaga players do, to go make some more money, because you can make a lot more money playing overseas than you can either being a borderline NBA player or a G League player. That's what Kyle Wilter did. As soon as he got put in the G League, he was like, okay, I'm out of here, because he actually spent a year with the Houston Rockets, and then he got traded to the Clippers in the Chris Paul trade. And then they waived him, got signed by the Raptors, and then it was just kind of over for him. And so he was like, all right, I'm going to Europe, to, I believe it's Greece or somewhere. I don't really remember where. Italy, maybe, to go get the bag in Europe, because you get paid so much more there for being a worse player or a bad player for American standards, I guess you could say. Uh, but Woolridge, I really, really liked. I thought he like had a chance getting drafted, but it seemed his numbers weren't as good as that he looked on the court. It felt like he was doing a lot more than he really was. I guess, I don't know. He was playing really well though. I really, really liked him. Uh, definitely helped us out a lot. And I'm really glad he decided to go to Gonzaga, because you never know. We could have won the NCAA tournament this year. If like I'm sure I would have been very, very glad to see how far we could have gone. I was really excited to go watch Gonzaga play in the tournament, but then all that got canceled, and now it's not going to be in Spokane for like a good while. So I probably won't be able to watch a Gonzaga game for a long time, because if you guys don't know, which you should, because you guys are all probably Gonzaga fans, my guess would be. Maybe you're not. If you're not, hey, welcome. But the Kibby Dome, or not Kibby Dome, I don't know why I said that. That's U of I. The kennel is impossible to get into. You cannot get tickets. Like, I don't know if you guys knew how hard it is, but it is such a small stadium, because Gonzaga's a little private school, like a really small little private school. The gym is tiny, and I mean tiny. And there are so many diehard Gonzaga fans that will just be at the game, season ticket holders, like people, like the students, they will camp out in tents waiting for tickets for days, sometimes even like a whole week, just to get a ticket to the game, because students get free tickets, but it's only a certain amount that get it, so people will just camp out to get them. But yeah, it's too bad I never got to see them play with this roster that they had this year. I've never got to see Ryan Woolridge play before, but I really did like his game a lot. I felt like he was one of our best players on the floor at any given time. Him, Kispert, Petrusev all played very, very well this year. Tilly, obviously, it looks like he's going to get drafted around the 40 to 60 range. Anywhere in between that, I bet he will get drafted, and if not, someone will probably take a chance on him. Like, I feel like I'm going to say the Timberwolves, the Bucks, or maybe the Suns. There's another team I was thinking of. I don't remember. But I feel like it's either the Timberwolves or the Bucks now. Bucks just pop in my head. But good luck to Woolridge in the European League. And if he wants to make it to the NBA eventually, I hope he can do that. Good luck to him with that. Thank you guys so much for sticking around all the way to the end of the video. I can't believe you're still watching. If you haven't already, go check out the main channel. It is on the homepage of this channel. You can click it. It's called James Jr. I haven't posted a video there in a couple weeks now, because I've been working on this channel so much. And if you did enjoy this video, go ahead and press the like button. And if you liked it so much, press the subscribe button. And if you don't want to miss any other future videos, turn on notifications, set them to all, and you won't ever miss another Zag Up video. Peace.